Hello. Welcome to Actual Play Deathmatch Island, the game that you've all been waiting for and wondering about. It is here. I'm Sean Nittner. I'm very excited about this. I use he, him pronouns. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Sean Nittner. And a reminder that all funds that come into the channel are split between Black Lives Matter and the Trans Legal Defense and Education Fund. So if you're like, this game is hot and I want to support it, click them buttons, and that's where the money will go. But yeah, let's do our intros so we can jump into this game. How about you, Mendez?
What's good? I'm James Mendez Hodes. People call me Mendez, usually because there's another James in the game. I guess it doesn't matter this time. I use he, him pronouns. You can find me on the internet at jamesmendezhodes.com. You can find me on Twitter for the next, 5 or 10 minutes probably at Lula Vampiro.
Nice.
I guess we're all going to Tumblr. We're going back to Tumblr.
I think
Is that what
Tumblr's.
Yeah, you can get 24 checks there now.
You just have your whole name be checks.
I'm not kidding. It's on there. Sometimes they turn
Fantastic.
into crabs.
I'm Karen. My pronouns are she, her. You can find me at K12s on things. If social media is still a thing, that's where I am. How about you, Tim?
Hi, kia ora koutou. Thank you, everyone. I'm Tim Dene. You can find me on Twitter at Old Dog Games, which is one word. I think that's all I'm on. Website is olddog.games. So I have made this little game called Deathmatch Island, which we will be playtesting tonight. It uses the Paragon system from Agon by John Harper and Sean, of course. So Deathmatch Island, yeah.
No, I was just going to say also with sensitivity reader,
Yes.
A cultural consultant,
Yeah.
James Mendez Hodes, and editor
Yeah.
Karen 12.
So we have the.
So if
Agon
your game of
agent.
Agon was racist, I failed.
If there was a typo, no, there wasn't. No. Wasn't there. You were wrong.
Yeah.
Yes. So tonight we'll be playing Deathmatch Island, and it is, as the name implies, about a deadly competition on a mysterious island chain. The pitch is kind of Squid Game, Battle Royale, but with a bit of like Lost and Severance and sort of weird island media as well as Battle Royale stuff. Tonight I will be playing the
production player.
And Sean and Mendez and Karen will be playing competitor players, who are a random collection of everyday people with a hazy memory of their life before the game. And we will play to find out a little bit about their motivations and what drives them and where it all leads. A season is made up of 3 islands, and we're going to play a few sessions, and so we'll do a whole season. This is a playtest, so there might be some rough edges and things might change along the way. So just bear with us, but I think it's going to be fun. So for today, we're just going to do character creation. We have done some safety tool stuff, which we can go over before we start, and then we'll kick into it. So here's a season content risk assessment form. We have decided on an R rating. So there will be scenes of violence, but nothing too extreme or persistent. But viewer discretion is advised. We have not gone for the optional game modes of non-lethal mode or cooperative mode, which are options for Deathmatch Island. This is going to be out of the box default Deathmatch Island. And then we have some prohibited content and restricted content. This will stay on the Roll20 board, so we'll add to this as we play and review it between sessions. So, that said, why don't we make some characters?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Do you want
to do one person? Yeah, do you want to do one person at a time, or it kind of uses random tables, so we could like everyone does an occupation, everyone does a name, or we could start with one person and then go to the next person. I don't mind either way.
I actually did the die rolling for this ahead of time.
Oh, great. Okay.
In case
wanna
we had a
through-
time crunch.
Oh
Perfect.
man.
But
Yeah.
I will go through it as if I'm doing it. I just have already rolled the dice.
Yeah.
Love it.
Let's do your character first then, Dennis. That
Yeah.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, competitor registration. Step 1: determine your competitor's occupation and favored capability. And then there's some beautiful random tables. And I got that my character is a private military contractor,
Oh wow. Okay.
which
Nice.
was a lot
That is
right
that
out the
is a lot.
gate.
Yeah.
And that says that I'm good at deathmatch. There are 4 stats. One of them is, I think, deathmatch. Yeah. So the 4 stats are social game, snake mode, challenge beast, and deathmatch. I don't know what any of those are, but I know I'm good
Oh,
at
but there's the
deathmatch.
5th one redacted. Don't forget.
Can't
There
talk about that.
is?
But yes, there is a fifth one.
There's a 5th one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't talk about
There's a
redacted.
5th one.
Yeah. So Mendez,
And just to go over those,
Mm-hmm.
briefly, social game is any kind of, I think it's all in that document I sent you, but social game is any kind of persuasion or, that kind of general social arena. Snake mode is both lying and deceiving, but also sort of stealthy maneuvers and the like. Challenge based is being just kind of a winner, being good at games, both physical and puzzles. And this game is partly inspired by Survivor, and so if you've ever watched Survivor, you know what a challenge based is. And then deathmatch is both using guns as well as being used to sort of live combat situations. I guess tactical acumen and coolness under fire, and maybe being a bit dead inside, probably.
All right.
And redacted, we will. Well, I'll say now, redacted is any time you want to break the rules of the game.
Ooh.
So you're on a sort of game show, and there are a lot of rules, but of course, being a role-playing game, you can do whatever you want. And if you decide to try and break the rules of the game, that involves your redacted stat, which always starts at a d6.
Nice.
Cool.
Mendez, did you roll up your nickname?
Yes, my name is Diana Dankworth, and my nickname is Gandhi.
Wow. Okay.
How do you spell
That's
dank?
a lot of info.
Yeah. Like that. Nickname is Gandhi, like
Can
the
I-
Mahatma, Gandhi.
Oh,
And are you thinking? Do you think that nickname is sarcastic? Is it ironic?
I have no idea what that means.
Okay, we'll play to find out. But
Yeah.
so the way nicknames, in Agon, that would be your epithet. So you can bring it into any competition if you think it applies. So we will find out why your character is called Gandhi, but
yeah.
it's
I
kind
think
of
we'll
up to
find
you
out
to
based on what you decide it applies to.
Exactly.
Yeah. Can your nickname change?
Yes, you can apply for a new nickname between islands.
Okay. Cool.
Nice. And is there anything else? Physical descriptions and whatnot, those are also all rollable on tables.
Yeah, well, you can choose. You don't have.
Oh
to roll
yeah,
anything.
yeah. My physical description: I have bright eyes, a compact build, boring hair, and a notable scar. Yeah.
Do you know what that scar is?
Yeah. I think it's a large facial scar that goes kind of down and across face and like upper neck, and I've had some reconstructive surgery around it.
And this isn't in the tables, but have you any idea of sort of nationality and or ethnicity, age, that kind of thing?
Let's see. Yeah, age. I'm definitely in my like at least mid, maybe late 30s. Because if I'm in a PMC, that means that I served, and then I mustered out, and then I got recruited into a company in all likelihood. So, and nationality. I'm American, but I have an English parent.
Sounds.
And yeah.
Oh, of the Brighton Dankworths?
Yes.
Hence the Diana. Maybe named after.
Yes.
Oh, late 30s. I guess that doesn't work out. Although we don't know when this is set, so
Yeah. Cool. Should we? I think that's it, right? We've got.
just while we're looking over the sheet, I just thought I'd maybe talk about a few things. I guess we can talk about them as they come up. But yeah, that's what you start with. You do get acquisitions in the game, which if you've played Agon are the equivalent of Divine Favor, but you start with none and you're going to find them on the island. So we'll talk about those once you get some.
Britain's best seaside pier, John says. All right, Karen. Can we do
and the actor I look like is
love it.
Thandiwa Newton from Westworld.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask about a face cast.
Yeah.
Love it. Cool. Yeah, shall we move on to Karen then?
Yeah.
Sure. All right.
So, yeah, we'll start with an occupation. So if you roll a 1d8, or 2d8, yeah, 1d8 and then a 1d8.
Am I rolling 1d8 or 2d8?
2d8. Oh, sorry, 1d4 first, then 2d8.
Okay.
So 1d4 to find out what occupation table you're rolling on, and then
Oh,
2d8.
what happened? My whole screen went black.
Oh no.
What?
You lose already? Damn.
What did I do?
Oh, there's
there
a
you
one.
go.
It came out.
There's a one. So you're
Okay,
on
so occupation table 1.
Occupation table 1. All right,
And
right
if you roll
here.
2d8s.
Screen redacted. All right, so 5 across. Sorry, 5 down.
Yeah, it breaks down to the second row. So 5.
Oh, I see.
And 4. Yeah. So you're a caretaker.
Sweet.
And you're
which
strong.
means, so your favorite capability is social game.
Nice.
So you're good at people stuff.
Naturally.
Sure.
Great.
My back to the
And
office. I'm a people person. I'm good
Exactly.
with people.
So then, do you want to roll for a name or just choose one?
I'll roll.
Yeah. Okay. So there are 3 first name tables, kind of masculine, feminine, gender neutral. You can roll on whichever table you feel in the flavor of.
Okay. I'm trying to find the tables. There they are. 2d8.
There's something very joyous about completely procedurally generated characters, bringing them to life.
8 and 6. What table are you on?
I'm gonna look at all of them and pick the one that I like.
Oh, good choice.
Waldo, Willow, or Ace?
Let's go with Willow.
Great. And then surname is a 1d8 and then a 2d8. Oh, Mendes, do you want to roll a d100 for your competitor number while we're at it?
Yeah, I got 91.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, just put that in the notes section of your character sheet or something.
All right, I'll do that.
All right, 5 and 2. Snow. Willow Snow.
Nice. And then do you want to roll a d100 and we'll find out what competitor number you are. Seven. Okay, 37.
I put it in the name. I don't know if that's.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Like,
Yep,
place
and the
to put
name
it.
is perfect. Yep. Okay, so nicknames. You're going to roll a 1d6, then a 4d6, and then do that again. So you're going to roll 2 nicknames, and you get to choose which one. These nicknames are taken from a variety of sources. Some are from Survivor, some are from sports. So some of them are, people have weird nicknames.
I'm rolling 1d6 and then another 1d6?
Yeah.
1d6, then 4d6.
4d6.
Hmm. And then do that again. So again, 1d6, 4d6. So your first nickname choice, 4 and 15, is War Dog.
It's a good caretaker name.
Sounds like a
Could
person.
be. I need to disable like all the sounds that are coming through on my screen.
Or Rascal. War Dog or Rascal.
Oh god. We're gonna go with War Dog.
I like that the caretaker is called War Dog and the PMC is called Gandhi.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And then you can roll. Let's see.
And rolls, yeah, some distinguishing features. If you want to roll for that, you can. So you roll 2d8 4 times,
Oh my god.
or you can just decide what they look like.
Right.
If you push the up arrow on your keyboard, it redoes whatever you just did again. Great. So we've got smiling eyes, bulky build, fashionable hair, and chewed fingernails.
Yep, checks out. That all works. That's perfect.
All right.
Great.
Smiling eyes. Well, anyone can do this, by the way. I'm filling out the character sheets, but
Yeah, thank you. I have too many things open right now, so.
Yeah, it's great to have a stenographer.
and chewed fingernails.
Yes, and you don't have to answer right now, but you might want to think about like nationality, ethnicity, age, etc. Or if you have like a face cast, that's easy as well.
Okay, yeah, I'll think about it.
All right, so it's gonna be a little trickier for me bouncing.
I
back.
will fill out yours. Yeah, I'll fill out yours, Sean.
Oh, you'll fill out mine? Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. So here we go. I'm going to roll
Occupation.
on my occupation, which is D4. All right, I got a 4. And then I'm gonna roll 2d8. All right, I got a 7, 8. So that makes me a waiter.
I think you're a warehouse worker.
Occupation.
Yeah, column 7, row
Oh,
8.
warehouse worker. Yes, yeah. I looked at 7. Warehouse worker, and my strength is challenge beast. Absolutely, I'm here for this. Challenge beast, warehouse worker. Okay, what am I doing next? Name.
Yes.
All right. So name.
So-
I'm gonna follow Karen's advice and roll 2d8 and then pick a name
Good
that
idea.
I like off the 3 lists. So 2-1. So I got Calvin, Balua. Is that right? Or Bailey? Let's go Calvin.
Okay.
I've been watching The Circle, and I'm a fan of Calvin in season 3 of The Circle. So it's like he's not my favorite player, but I like Calvin.
And then a 1d8, 2d8 for surname.
Yes.
Or you could roll 3d8, I guess. Does that work? Sort of.
That works, but all right. Surname, come on, roll it. 3 and 15. Calvin Taniguchi. Is that right? No, 3 and 13. Yeah. Calvin Summers. Okay.
Yeah, just like Cyclops.
Yes. All right, Calvin Summers. All right, there we go. And my ability to read dice results and then find them on charts is poorer than I thought it was.
It's surprisingly difficult. I need to create like an online generator. So then 1d6 and 46 for a nickname, and then do that again.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I rolled
was
4f4.
4d6.
Let's try that. 4d6. 13. So 4 and 13.
Judge.
Judge? Ooh, that's good. These are some good nicknames here. 6 and 5. Judge and Little.
Little name. So Little Calvin or Little Summers.
Little Calvin.
Little
Judge
Calvin?
Judge is pretty dope. I think Judge is strong.
Little could be ironic. You could be a big
of
warehouse
course,
worker.
of course. I mean, it sort of has to be, right? But
Yeah, otherwise it's just an insult, I think.
oh, and my competitor number is 100.
Oh, nice. It's either going to be really good or really bad.
Yeah.
Narratively speaking, I mean.
And I have strong and challenge beast. Cool. Oh, and description. Sorry. Let me get back in there.
Yeah, so 2d8 4 times.
Okay. 10, 14, 7. So
Yeah,
tired eyes, delicate build, dyed hair, and also chewed fingernails. Common theme.
Great. And again, you might want to think about age and where you're from. And, you can build it out a bit, but you can think about that.
Yeah. Feel like warehouse worker, Judge Calvin, early 30s. I'll figure out deets later, but yeah, I'm digging it.
Great. Okay.
Digging Judge.
I think we got everything on your sheet there. Just double checking.
I figured out a rationale for my nickname.
Oh, perfect. Go for it.
Gandhi is still my legal surname. I was recently divorced.
Oh, okay.
But on this, I'm going by my maiden name.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Very cool.
Great.
What was your competitor number? Oh, it's there now. 91. Got it. For some reason, it's not showing until I go into this to the.
Yeah. So we got competitor 37, competitor 100, and competitor 91.
So I have a question about nicknames. Who calls them this? Like, is this the nickname that they got before they arrived? Like, how do people know that that's what they're called?
Yeah, that's a good question. It could be from before they arrived, but the important part is that if this was a TV show, this is the nickname that is used in the promotions, in the advertisements. So it could be the production team has assigned this nickname because they think it's good entertainment. But they might have assigned that name because you already had it, and they're like, well, this guy's known as the Judge. That's a cool nickname. We'll keep calling him the Judge in the promotional materials. Or it could be, they say this guy's really big. We're going to call him Little Calvin. Not the case today, but that could have been the case. So it's kind of up to you whether it's been assigned to you or something that you already had. Because what was your nickname again?
War Dog.
Oh, that's right, War Dog.
I think that she might be a caretaker for veterans.
Oh, yes.
And so it was like a camaraderie kind of nickname that was bestowed upon her.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I think Judge was 100% a product of the producers. They're like, it's warehouse worker. Yeah. It was with the delicate build and working in the warehouse, I'm envisioning like somebody who isn't doing a lot of heavy lifting, but is having to like work with kind of fine precision machinery. I'm thinking auto manufacturing and like operating like big complicated machines that need to like, even if that's not what happens in auto manufacturing anymore. Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah,
feeling that.
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So maybe more on the puzzle end of challenge based than the lifting tires and doing CrossFit.
Yeah, nimble certainly, but maybe not
Yeah.
bulky. Yeah.
Yeah, I like
we
that.
we all know from Beastmaster, it's always the rock climbers that can get through the obstacles better than
Yes,
than the weightlifters. So yeah.
that's true. Okay, final question of character creation is your uniform. Is that in that PDF? Can you get that on?
Yes, I can. Sorry, Judd just said something I thought was hilarious.
Yes, that is hilarious. Page 6, I think. Oh, maybe I didn't put it in there.
Oh yeah, I did not see it. Maybe it's in a different icebreaker.
I should put it back in. No, it's not in there. I will just tell you. Okay.
All right.
So everyone in this season is going to wear the same uniform. You could decide out of character what that uniform will be, or you can roll for it randomly as a group. The options are, I'll put them in the chat because I don't have the group yet, but they are tracksuit, coveralls, polo shirt and shorts,
That's weird.
blazer and turtleneck, which is your classic prisoner 1960s get up.
Mhm.
Shirt and cargo pants, kind of 90s IT guy. Or t-shirt and sweatpants for maximum comfort. And then we have colors, burnt sienna, which is sort of a dark brown. Seafoam, which is like a light green. Salmon, which is sort of a dark pink. Goldenrod, which is like a yellow. Plum, which is a purple, and cerulean, which is a blue. So, would you rather roll for a uniform or just... I prefer to pick the uniform that speaks to me, but you can roll randomly if you want.
But we'll all have the same uniform, right?
You all have the same uniform, so you have to.
I feel committed to rolling at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I roll for everything else, and I never do this. So
Yeah.
Let's
roll it and see if we hate it. I'll roll the first one.
Okay.
Someone else rolls the second one.
Yes.
I'll just roll
Great. Okay,
this
you
die.
roll for the kind of clothes we're talking about.
2 coveralls.
Okay.
no.
Practical.
Karen,
like
do you
it.
want to roll-
Practical.
do you want to roll color?
Who's going to roll for color? Do you want to roll that, Karen?
Sure.
Just roll a 1d6.
3 salmon. Awesome. We're all in pink coveralls.
Salmon coveralls.
So
I
if you
love
close
it.
if you minimize that character sheet there, Sean.
Uh-huh.
This is interesting because if we're like
there you go.
Oh, did you
Like,
make a
unless we're
roll
on-
table?
yeah,
I did.
Oh my god.
that's amazing. Okay. So
we
this
could
is
make-
important because it's not easy to hide in a bush in this. But it's
that's
also
true,
not
but
easy
everyone's wearing
for
one.
our enemies to hide in a bush in this. So
That's right.
Guys, I immediately
That's right.
found what we're wearing on Target. I want it. Can I give you the link to that?
Nice.
It's a really long one.
So the fun
no,
thing
no,
about
don't lick it until Target gives us the sponsorship money.
this- yeah.
All right.
So
Well,
the one
I'll
thing about
put it
this,
in the StreamYard chat.
Tim, is that because you made it a rollable table, that means you can also roll on this table to get
Oh,
to
I
get.
didn't even think of that.
Yeah, you can literally just randomly generate one of the uniform.
Oh my god, these graphics.
This is completely unnecessary, but
No, this is completely vital. This is absolutely. I want my token. I want Calvin Summers 100.
there you go. You just have to imagine these are different shapes and sizes.
Yeah. This is roll 20. This is roll 20 with some pretty heavy development work put into
Put
it.
snows, willows, snow. Okay. Yeah, beautiful. You're all on the boat, so we'll move you down here. In the water. Okay. I think that is character creation done. So should we kick into Island
Nice.
1? That was half an hour. That's pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So, you Actually, I'm going to move you for a second. Beep, boop. You wake up to the smell of diesel fuel, salt water, and tar. You're on a small fishing boat. One of you is currently operating the two-stroke outboard motor as the boat sort of chops through these rolling grey seas towards an approaching island. Which of you is on the outboard motor?
I'll be on the outboard motor.
Nice. Okay. So we've got Diana on the outboard motor. You don't remember how long you've been on this boat. You don't remember why you're the one on the motor or how you got here. You don't remember much now that you think about it. You're not sure what happened to your clothes. You're all wearing these matching salmon coveralls. And other than that, the only thing you have on you is a wristwatch, or it looks like a wristwatch. It's actually a follower counter. We'll get to that later. Other than that, all you have on you is a letter, neatly folded in a pocket, slightly damp from sea spray. You should probably read that now. Does anyone have their welcome letter handy? The PDF.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Do you want to read that out?
So there's some header material. There's a Deathmatch Island letterhead. For some reason, it says 12 degrees Celsius and 1111, like the time. Document 01A01, recruitment letter 1. We are pleased to announce that you have passed the selection process and will be taking part in the upcoming season of Deathmatch Island. You may not remember applying. This is normal. It is important that you do not panic, or else serious injury may occur. Production is not held responsible in such events. Some frequently asked questions are below. Question: who are you? What is Deathmatch Island? Answer: production is committed to being open and transparent. Set of redacted blocks. The less used set of redacted block. In 1967, 3 redacted blocks in a row. Your parents, 5 redacted blocks in a row. Certain death. Question 2. I don't want any part of this. Answer: not applicable, not a question. Question 3. How do I prepare? You have been selected because we believe in you. Just believe in yourself. You can do it. Play to win. Question: what happens next?
Oh, still good.
Answer: no need to worry. The recruitment process is relatively painless. We repeat, do not panic. For peace of mind, we can tell you that the selection and recruitment process will be completed on Thursday, 10th of November, 2022. That's when the fun begins. You're excited to begin. So are we.
Beautiful. Yeah,
Nice.
So you read that letter. The device on your wrist beeps once and prints a small slip of paper. 0 followers. This is your follower counter. This is how you know how many followers you have. As you progress through the season, you will acquire followers. Followers, like any good TV show, whoever is the most popular with the viewership, whoever has the most followers will tend to do better in the competition. So it's a good thing to get followers. If you're playing to win, you will want to gain followers as quickly as possible. Now, before we proceed, I'm going to give you each an initial motivation. Initial motivations. So as I said, you don't remember much as your character. You pretty much know what's on your character sheet. You know your name, you know your nickname, you know your occupation. Everything else is a bit hazy. But you do have this initial motivation. The weird thing is you don't remember much, so you don't know why you have this motivation. This can change over the course of the game. It's just sort of to get you started. So I will deal you each one now, and you can sort of keep the secret. It's not a big deal if you tell the others, but we'll reveal them at the end of the season, and it's kind of fun to find out why people acted the way they did. Let's see if that
Got
works.
it.
Yeah. So if you double click on that card, you should be able to flip it around and
All right.
See
The
what
stream
your
will see
motivation is.
mine, but
yeah, I think that's
stream
fine.
keep
I
mine
won't
secret.
look good. I won't look.
Oh, we can go back to this. All right.
Oh,
and
nice.
I will. Although I see it, I think you have to scroll down to get it. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe make a
Okay.
little. Might be worth making a little note in the notes section of your character sheet, just in case the card disappears or something, or in a piece of paper. It's fine.
Got it.
Just make a
Just
note
in case.
somewhere.
Just in case. Not that there's
Just
no
in
reason why
case.
that would happen. Just in case.
Cool. So that is your initial motivation. That's all pretty much all you know about yourself, other than your occupation and so forth. Now you're on this boat with two other people who you don't know. Why don't we go around and you can take turns asking each other an icebreaker. So there are icebreakers at the bottom of your welcome letter, or if you have it elsewhere, you can use that. So one of you will ask someone else, and then we'll just go around so everyone has asked and answered. These are in character, so if your character is the kind of person who wouldn't answer some bullshit icebreaker on a boat in the middle of nowhere, that's fine. No one's going to make you.
It's reasonable.
Will they?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So in
Yeah.
character, we have this piece of paper telling us to ask these questions.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'll start. Hey, and assumably we presumably have names in our name badges.
Yes.
We know.
Printed on your coveralls is your name and competitor number.
Nice.
Oh,
And
great.
our nickname as well, or just our name?
Just your name and competitor number.
Got it. Snow, popcorn, or M&Ms?
What? I
I mean, I'm just looking at this letter. It's a good icebreaker. When you're watching movies, popcorn or M&Ms?
I like both.
If you had to choose.
No, I
If-
like them mixed together, both. You
If
pour
they
the
said-
M&M on the popcorn, they get mixed together.
If you had $3.50 and popcorn costs $2.75 and M&Ms cost
I
$3,
gave you my answer. I don't understand why that's so difficult.
it doesn't feel like it's checking the box. I don't think I can check this box.
Then don't check the box.
Well, if we don't check the box, who knows what happens? It's a box. It's meant to be checked.
Fine, I guess popcorn because it's like that's the base.
Solid.
Oh my god.
You should ask one now.
What breed of dog would you be?
Me? Definitely a standard poodle. I would be a cinnamon-colored standard poodle.
Wow, you answered that so fast.
Yeah,
I
you
thought
got that
about
right.
this.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, because poodles are, yeah, they're kind of prissy, they're kind of girly, like that's their reputation. But also, they were actually bred to be water retrievers, and I like to swim. And actually, the weird cut that they have with the pom poms, that's actually supposed to like keep them warm in the water.
Yeah, I've also watched Best in Show.
And cinnamon colored?
Yeah.
Cinnamon
well, yeah.
colored. So specific.
I just like the color. And I feel like you would get dirty
color.
less easily. Well, I guess you could be black. Yeah. So yeah, cinnamon.
Do me.
Okay. Let me see. Oh, are you a good dancer?
Oh,
This is really important for what we're gonna do.
It's really important. I like to think I'm a very good dancer. I'm a very noodly dancer. I like to dance, but in the spirit of answering the question, so that you can check that box. No, I'm not a very good dancer. But yeah, from other people's perspectives.
Okay. Well, I believe in you.
Oh, thanks.
Welcome.
I think we've succeeded in our first mission, our first challenge.
Definitely. I'm excited.
nothing
What's
happens.
next?
I mean, if everything's this easy, we're good. We're winning. We're clearly a winning team. We've all successfully answered the questions.
Well, it's not just about winning. Like it's about getting to know each other and like making
Definitely about
connections.
But like in the end, it's about winning.
And as you say that, seagulls cry out in the distance, and you see the island come into view. It's this, again, you don't know where you are, but nothing on the horizon. You are deep in the ocean in this little fishing boat with an outboard motor. And you see this island come into view, steep mountain cloaked in thick green vegetation. You do see some signs of habitation. You see some docks. There's like a radio mast, a lighthouse, signs of like a little industrial sort of port. And it is time for your first decision, which is where you are going to land your boat. Now, because Diana is on the outboard motor, she is the leader to begin with.
Okay,
Just
great.
like that.
Excellent.
The way leadership works in Deathmatch Island, so if you're familiar with Agon, you decide a leader at the start of an island and they remain the leader. But in Deathmatch Island, the social dynamics are much more fluid, and so whoever is best in every contest becomes the leader. So leadership will constantly move around depending on who has the social capital of having succeeded last. So you're only a leader for as long as you are the best.
All right.
But just to begin with, Diana is the leader. And so the three options to choose, if you look at Roll20 here on the map, three places you can land are the fishing village, the industrial port, or there's a lighthouse. Now there is a little key on the map. And you have this map in character. This is on your boat, so you know all this information. The little houses are built-up areas. Now, in built-up areas, there will be more rewards, but also you're more likely to encounter other competitors. Challenge nodes are like a formal challenge. They're always challenge-based, and the whole team has to take part. But again, pretty dangerous, pretty good rewards. Points of interest tend to be a bit quieter, less rewards. It's kind of low risk, low reward sort of thing. Maybe some unusual point, it's a point of interest. There might be something interesting there. And then finally, there are restricted areas which have big warning signs saying, do not come here, but you can go there.
Great.
And if you want to peek behind the curtain of the restricted area, it's supposed to go.
All right. Well, I don't want to land at a lighthouse because I feel like sailing toward a lighthouse seems like a bad idea. So that leaves either the fishing village or the industrial port. And I don't know about the vibes on the industrial port. I think the fishing village is like probably more my speed.
I feel like Fishing Village is marked as number 1, so that's where we should go first.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Easy as that. Oh, well, I remember you should all mark 2 trust with each other on your character sheets.
Great.
Because of your icebreakers. You have broken the ice, and you have 2 trust with each other character.
So I write in everybody's names.
Yeah. And then 2 each.
So are we going by our nicknames? Is that what's printed on our...
No, we
it's your
don't.
full
No,
name
we
on-
don't know
on your-
nicknames right now.
Right, got it.
Yeah. Unless you've told each other, which is possible.
Yeah.
People call me whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Great.
Calvin would be very upfront with the fact that at one point the producers, while he was vaguely well, actually, I don't think he's heard it yet. I think the producers have called it to him, but yeah, he's heard the name Judge bandied a few times. He doesn't quite know why. So
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
And for the purposes of competition of the contest, it kind of doesn't matter if you know what your nickname is. It's just whether you
Nice.
as a player think it applies to the contest, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah. So I have a question about like memories. So is it up to us like when and how much we start to remember about our life before the island, or does the game decide that for us?
You can remember stuff to some extent if you want. I mean, it's sort of flexible. There is a flashback between islands, so there's a bit of a procedure where we're going to ask questions and we'll have flashbacks back to your life. I don't know if you've watched Lost, but we're going to have flashbacks that will reveal things about your character, and that is in-character memories coming back to you between islands.
Cool. All right, that works.
But if there's some character detail that you want to remember to be true for whatever reason, I mean, you can remember little things.
All right.
And that is part of the point of those flashbacks is to explore why you have that initial motivation. So that flashbacks sort of tell the story of, what your motivation is coming into this.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah, so you motor towards this fishing village. This island is subtropical, so it's pretty warm. There's a hazy sky above, but the sun is kind of beating down. At the moment, you're still out on the sea, so you get that cool sea breeze. You're not too hot yet. The cold sea wind, the seagulls. You get closer to this fishing village. There's a single concrete jetty for you to pull up to. Other than that, it's kind of a few tarmac roads, a dozen or so small wooden houses painted in faded pastels.
Cool. All right, let's.
Presumably you tie up.
Yeah, I tie up, hop out, stretch. All right. So let's find some snacks. Maybe see where everyone else is, right?
Communication.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Calvin is checking out, poking his head in the sheds, see what might be in there.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I mean,
What kind of buildings are there around here?
Yeah, so they obviously were, it's a little fishing village, so they're kind of boat sheds and small houses. But you can tell there's been multiple seasons, so there's bullet holes in the walls, there's boarded up windows. This clearly hasn't been an inhabited village for a long time. It almost feels more like a paintball, has sometimes paintball arenas kind of have fake buildings and stuff. It has that kind of feel about it, abandoned essentially. But as you move into the village, you start to get a sense of like chaos. There's actually quite a bit going on here. There are dozens of competitors, all in salmon coveralls, and some of them are running and hiding. You hear gunshots. You don't quite see where they're coming from. There's an explosion on the far side of the village. Again, you're not quite sure what's going on there. And then
This is exciting.
The overall flow seems to be these competitors coming out of hiding and making their way to the far side of the village. And you can glimpse through there a man standing on top of a pile of rubble. And he has a megaphone, and he looks remarkably like Russell Crowe. Kind of a middle-aged, heavy-set guy. He's got a megaphone. You don't know where he's got a megaphone from. But he's standing on this rubble, and he has a bit of a team around him. He's speaking into the megaphone. And he is saying, "I am Officer Abthorpe. I do not know what is going on here, but I will put a stop to it. If you are a law-abiding person with no involvement in this conspiracy, you will hand over your weapons to my delegated lieutenants and wait for further orders. If you do not comply, we will consider you a threat, and we will respond with immediate force. Consider this your only warning." And then he switches off the megaphone. And you see that a lot of these competitors, this is a strange situation they've been thrust into. A lot of the competitors are kind of, this is an appealing offer. So they're going up to this group and they're handing over whatever weapons they've found, and they are falling into line behind this cop.
Is this man wearing a salmon coveralls as well?
Yes. Yeah, he's a competitor. He's competitor number. Let's make sure I'm not giving your number. He's competitor number 36.
So I wanted to say, when we first arrived and there was kind of a random explosion, Willow kind of jumped and put a hand on Calvin's shoulder. Just to give the viewers something.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay.
I think. I mean, I think Calvin was also startled, but does not flinch from this. But looks at you. Was not expecting to start with explosions. Thought icebreakers were really nice in comparison. I don't think we should trust a cop.
Yeah, is everyone moving towards Abthorpe?
Yes, quite a few competitors seem to be joining Abthorpe's group, and as you're considering what to do, a smaller group in hiding kind of like tries to get your attention. They're led by a middle-aged woman called Quincy, a Maori woman, a bit of steel behind the eyes.
Yeah.
And she has maybe
I recognize
10,
her.
10
Yeah.
She has maybe 10 competitors in hiding with her. They don't seem keen to join up with Abthorpe's group. And so I guess your first sort of decision here is, are you going to fall into line under Abthorpe's command? Or will you... Quincy's team want to get out of here. They want to grab some stuff, get away without the cops noticing. Like, not, no muss, no fuss.
We're totally
or
going
you-
we're totally going with Quincy. That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously,
I feel like that's
Yeah.
player
that's
100%.
This seems much
I
more my vibe.
If either of you were gonna like kind of head towards Abthorpe, Willow is just like, no, I'm not trusting a cop.
Too big
Yeah.
a crowd. I
No,
don't
thank you.
know. He might be cool. We'll figure it out later.
They have a lot of equipment and gear. We should find out how to get a handle.
Sure is a
handle
lot of
of it.
weapons that no one's.
I don't
allowed
want to
use.
get I don't want to get sweaty this early.
Oh, it's gonna get sweaty for sure. Yeah, but yeah, let's
All right,
get
if
the
you're
hell
into
out
that.
Right.
Yeah.
Quincy is motioning you over to where they're hiding in this little.
Hi,
just
I'm
won't
Diana. She, her pronouns.
Are you three like normal, or you're kind of more? You're more like them. She's pointing to the crew of the cops. Like bootlickers.
No.
Whatever he's got going on, I don't think I'm into it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
we are definitely Quincy. I'm Calvin, and we are definitely opposed to that cop. Absolutely, we're with you.
Okay.
100%.
Look, I mean, I just want to get home. I don't know about you three, but I just want to get out of here.
I mean, we just got here.
I could use a drink. Do you know where like food and drink and stuff is?
Yeah, well, there is some stuff. She points out there's like crates, there's padded crates around, kind of dotted around the village. And you could get some. I think to sneak out of here without Abthorpe's group noticing, which is what Quincy wants, will be a snake mode contest versus Abthorpe.
I'm pretty invested in grabbing one of those supply bins, though.
Sure.
I think it's
Yeah.
worth it for us too.
So-
Sorry, Moobot just spammed something from ages ago. Ignore that.
So the way Deathmatch Island works is typically there'll be one contest per node, so you travel between nodes.
Yeah.
The contest is going to resolve whatever your sort of personal goals are, like in this case, avoiding Abthorpe's notice. But if you succeed, you always get the rewards, which are the stuff in the crates. So it's one
Nice.
roll for both material acquisitions.
Perfect.
As well
That's
as,
brilliant.
Yeah.
Great.
And so we'll roll all the dice and do all that, and then narrate what happens based on the results. And one way or another, this roll is going to cover the entire node, and at the end of it, you're going to move on. And we'll see what happens next.
Great.
So Diana, you're leader. So are you cool with?
Am I?
You are
Sure.
cool, yeah.
Well, is one of us better at sneaky stuff?
Well, why don't I roll
No.
I'll roll the challenge dice first, and you can decide.
I don't think any of us are good at snake game. That's
Okay.
the one area that none of us are great at.
That's right. None
All
of
right.
you are.
But also, like, it's a Paragon game. We should all try everything, right? Like, there's no reason not to.
Sure.
Okay.
We want followers.
You are up against Abthorpe. He is aggressive and entitled, his traits. And I will roll the dice. Snake mode contest, let's go. That's a 10. Target number 10. There are no special harm qualities to this contest, so it's just a straight roll. In Deathmatch Island, whenever you fail at a roll, you mark one fatigue in any kind of contest. So there's always a little bit of, like, if you fail, you're going to get fatigued.
And just in case you're wondering, like, the dice do happen to sum up to 10, but that is not why the roll is 10. The roll is the highest die roll Tim got +5.
Right.
Correct, yeah.
Which just also happens to be the same as the sum of the 3 dice.
That's right. So I take
Okay.
the highest die and add the danger level. Because you're in a built-up area, the current danger level is +5.
Yeah.
So
Great.
5 + 5 is 10.
Nice.
So you don't have to take part in this contest. You can support someone else, in which case you mark trust with them, and they get a copy of your dice, and you basically sit out and let them do the work.
I
Okay.
will
Well, It seems like
Sorry,
supporting
go ahead.
each other for this is going to be that's going to give us the best chance of succeeding, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do that.
I don't know how the probability works. That maybe Sean knows more.
If we all support somebody, then they have a good chance of succeeding. But if they flub, we all
Yeah,
whiffed it.
it's
If we all try on our
eggs in one
own,
basket.
Yeah.
any of us succeeding will succeed for the whole group. Although any of us failing could still suffer. But I don't think there's any harm with this one. So, um,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, they're both viable options. Neither by design, neither one is meant to be always the best or worst.
All right.
If you sit out, you will only get 10,000 followers, whereas if you take part, there's a chance of up to 100,000 new followers. So
Oh my god.
if you want to be the person with the most followers, you want to, get some
You wanna
limelight,
take
take
part.
part in the contests. Yes.
All right.
That's another factor.
Yeah, sure. Let's do
the other thing
thing
I
that-
should say is this contest
if you
is risky.
support, does that mean you don't get followers if you support?
Correct. It means you
Alright.
get one box. You get 10,000 followers.
You get 10,000.
Oh, okay. All right.
And if you
well,
fail, you only get one box as well. So supporting and fail it. If you don't think you can
Yeah.
succeed, supporting is actually somewhat safer in that you get trust. I don't know. There's good options for both.
I'm going to support one because I don't think that Willow has figured out yet the real lesson is don't help anybody ever. And I don't think the concept of followers is clear to her yet.
Sure.
So she
That makes
doesn't know the
sense.
stakes on that.
Who
Right.
do you
You
want
can
to
mark
support?
one. You can mark one new follower box. You get 10,000 followers.
Fantastic.
And you give a copy of your snake mode die to who are you supporting? Are you supporting Diana or Calvin?
Calvin, are you the one sneaking over there?
Calvin is definitely planning on sneaking over. Yes.
Yeah. I'll help. I think I'll do a classic distraction of throw a rock in the other direction.
Yeah.
Okay, so Willow marks one trust with Calvin.
Sweet.
So you trust him a little more.
Diana, are you also competing?
yeah,
Also-
I guess I'll compete.
Yeah.
Great. So if you click where it says snake mode on your character sheet, we will kind of talk you through the dice roll process. So first you're going to input the target number, which in this case is 10. So you're trying to get a 10 or better. Next thing to decide is whether you think your nickname applies. That is up to you. It's how you interpret your nickname. If you think the qualities that your nickname embodies are relevant to this contest, then you know.
Well,
Then
we're
select.
getting food, right?
Potentially,
Well,
yep.
my nickname is Gandhi, which means grocer. So yes, I should be good at getting food.
Perfect.
Nice. I like it.
Perfect.
And we're deciding between who we should follow. Who is the leader here? Who is the worthy one? So I think Judge is also applicable.
Sure, yep. Next thing you can do is you could add in another capability. So this is a snake mode contest. You could bring in some other skills. So, you're good at Deathmatch. You could bring in some of that tactical training that you have as a private military contractor. To do that, it would cost you 1 fatigue, so you're going to have to push yourself a little bit.
Definitely, yeah.
I'm definitely bringing in Challenge Beast because as I said, like my focus was less on just sneak away and more on grabbing things, and so there's going to be a bit of obstacle, crawling through the mud, hiding behind things, leaping over stuff, using my delicate frame to squeeze into spaces to try to grab hold of one of those barrels as well. So yes,
Great.
Challenge Beast.
And then you'll just have to manually tick off 1 fatigue if you do that.
yes, will do.
And then finally, advantage die. So this is just for Calvin, gets a 1d6. So if you just type in 1d6 into the advantage die box, that comes up
Got
next.
Harper, 100% Tough Mudder stuff. I don't know Survivor as well as I know Tough Mudder, but I am all about crawling under electrical fences and jumping through the ice bath to get the goodies.
Yes, exactly. And then the final step is whether you're going to use any acquisitions. You don't have any, so we won't worry
Right.
about that. So if you're both ready, you can roll at the same time.
All right, so I've marked a fatigue, and I just
Yep.
hit submit. How do I? Can I-
Acquisitions is the final step. So once you get up to that, it'll roll after you
okay.
hit submit after that.
Okay, nickname die.
Oosh. Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring in. My deathmatch capability, and I think what I do is, like people are about to like dash for the crate, and I'm like, wait, wait, wait. And then there's an explosion on the other side of the town. I'm like, okay, now.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah,
Very good.
Great.
yeah.
We'll see if that works.
And I don't have advantage, trust dice, or support, right?
Correct. Yep.
All right.
Oh, he succeeded. Not quite as well. So you mark 5 new follower boxes, Diana. So you get 50,000 new followers from this.
Yeah.
And Calvin, you
Cool.
get 100,000 new followers. Your little wristwatch thing beeps and a little slip of paper comes out. It just says 100,000 followers. You don't get to find out,
Cool.
who they are. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's fine.
I think it feels good, right?
I mean, I think when I first see it and I see like the one, I'm like 1 follower, cool. 10 followers, cool. 100 followers, cool. What? And, like Calvin is a
Yeah.
little like a little surprised at the numbers, the scale of this.
Yes. And
Little
even without more
sure.
info.
And then says, "Wait, how many did you get?"
Yeah,
But now
beautiful.
in Paragon fashion, we should each describe our actions.
So now, yeah, we'll do what I call the confessionals in this game. So this is where you each describe, do a little confessional about how your part of this whole montage goes. So you can take control of the NPCs. You can, describe this whole scene as much as you want. By the time we get to the end, we're done with this node. We're going to move on. So push the action as far forward as you want. I mean, the outcomes are you're going to get a bunch of stuff, and you slip away.
Right.
That's
neither of us perish.
Neither of you perish. If you want to get into a scrap, if you get into a fight, that's up to you. Whatever. There are like several dozen of these competitors with Abthorpe, so there's quite a few sort of obstacles in your way. So yeah, I mean, why don't we start with Diana?
Great. So the explosion goes off, and I motion to some people to come help me with this enormous crate. And we grab it, we lift it, and we start hustling away from the center of town, like towards. I think I point out some like there's like a hill maybe with some trees on it. And I'm like, oh, let's go up there. That seems nice. Good vantage point. And we start, using the sound of the explosions as cover. We start hustling in that direction.
Great. And how does Calvin bring it home?
My confessional cuts to black and white. It's Calvin looking at the camera. There's a little like on the screen, and like behind him, you can kind of see the scene of it all happening. So it's sort of like he's talking to the camera at the same time that this is happening, but clearly this is afterwards. So it's like they're playing back the footage of it in like some confessional taken later on, and he's like, Quincy just wanted to get out of there, but we had to get our hands on that gear. This game is about winners play to win. Snow threw a rock, got their attention, and that gave me the chance to slide down the line, hustle to the center, roll through the obstacle courses, and get the prize. And then we were out of there. And then it cuts to us all just running up the hill that Danforth described.
Yeah.
Yes, and in the moment, a speaker at the top of a pole sort of crackles to life, and you hear a voice say,
Competitor 100. Yes, Queen, slay.
and then it just cuts out.
All right.
You keep going.
What?
Yeah.
And you push on, and
Can I have another confessional moment?
Please, yes.
Yeah. So I'm like looking at the camera, and I have my drink, and I look more tired, and I'm like, and I noticed that Snow just like immediately went to help Calvin, and I was like, why Calvin? Why not me? But he pulled it out, so good call, I guess.
Beautiful.
Also,
And,
my cup is not transparent. It's like solid it's like a solid like bronze color.
Yeah.
You can't have transparent cups on these shows.
Yeah, it makes it harder to splice things in out of context.
I mean, I feel like everything is orange with a white label that says Deathmatch Island. Drink.
Oh yeah,
100%.
yeah,
Right.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got a skull on the side. It's got the
yeah.
logo. So you make your way out of the fishing village. You know, you're catching your breath. Quincy's with you, maybe 10 of her team, various kinds of people, different ages. You know, you're all just out of earshot of the village. You're kind of up in the hills somewhere. And you did manage to grab some stuff. So what you have here is 5 of the P99 semi-automatic pistols and 1
Nice.
shotgun. No food, unfortunately.
Well done.
It's only been like an hour. You can.
Five of the. Okay.
Five pistols, 1 shotgun. Now, Kelvin, as you have the social capital, you're the best. You kind of brought it home, so it is your leader now. So it's your responsibility to distribute those items as you see fit amongst the 3 of you.
All right.
Quincy's
well,
team have their own stuff, so don't worry about them.
Right. Okay. So everybody gets a Walther P99 semi-automatic.
So you should
And
all mark one of
then-
those on your character sheet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Where
then
am I marking that?
If you scroll down on the sheet, there's acquisition weapons, and one of them is a pistol there with a 1.
Oh,
How do we
So-
select it?
The little
can check the
diamond
wall
on the right.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We just put 1 or 2.
actually,
Well, just 1 for now.
Yeah, we got 5 pistols and 1 shotgun.
Sorry, I got that wrong. 4 pistols, 1 shotgun.
4 pistols, 1 shotgun. All right, both of you mark 2 pistols, and I'm going to take shotgun. So you each, I'm giving you each.
okay.
Some
Cool.
rare wisdom of Solomon.
Are you sure? Oh, okay.
Would you? All right.
I mean, I think that if it usually it's more advantageous to have 2 different. Like if you're going to have 2 weapons, the pistol and the shotgun makes more sense. But I mean, for ammo capacity, this is fine too.
I mean, I could take a pistol, but that just felt like.
If you have the shotgun, I think here take the. I hand it over.
All right. Yeah, I'll take a pistol and a shotgun. You just have a pistol then.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. You know what to do with it.
Fuck that, I'm keeping both mine.
What?
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You-
okay, so here,
you
so
look
important
like you're
question.
People among us with the pistol. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you take the pistol, how comfortable do you look with it?
Not very. Like I think I don't grab it like by the barrel, but I think when I
Uh-huh.
grab, like if you spin it over to me and like hand it to me like grip first, like
Yeah.
it does. It's clearly it's like not something that I've got the weight in, and honestly, the shotgun just felt more. I took the shotgun not because it was the bigger gun, but it's clear that I just felt more comfortable holding onto it because it felt more like a tool than just the gun. So, Calvin, yes, likes the idea of having the shotgun, but it's really more that it feels something natural to him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's clear he has not fired guns, or at least not much.
Mendez, that's a good question. What does it look like when Diana takes the weapons?
Diana looks very comfortable with it. She takes it and like, is there like holsters and shit?
Sure. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right, great. Yeah, she like puts on like a little shoulder holster and seems pretty comfortable with it. You know, she has like, you know, she doesn't put her finger in the thing or anything. She doesn't point it at nobody.
Obligatory cocking it to make sure it's loaded, right? Like you.
Yeah. She like checks the slide. She checks to make sure that it's loaded. She puts it in the thing. She secures the like all the 3 points on the thing. And then she looks back over at you and she's like, "You okay with that?"
Calvin's clearly looking for the safety and like holding it sort of gingerly, and eventually he's like, "Nah, after all, why don't you just hold it? I'm good."
Oh, all right. I could. Do you want me to show you the stuff on the pistol?
I'm sure I'll pick it up.
Okay.
I'll pick it up.
All right.
Yeah.
She slings the shotgun over her back for
No,
now
he
and looks
hands me the
over at.
pistol. The shotgun he's very comfortable with. It's the pistol that
Oh,
he's
okay.
very. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Cool.
yeah. He's gone
All right.
hunting. He's gone hunting once
Okay.
or twice.
Great.
He's never
Great.
fired a pistol.
I
All
just
right.
want to say, while this conversation is going on, Quincy is looking at you with exactly this expression on her face. Just
Yeah, exactly. Like, what the fuck?
watching this whole
You
exchange.
take it. No, you take it. No, you take it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd like
Yeah.
to add that when Willow gets the gun, she checks both for the safety, like pops out the clip, like looks at it, puts it back in, and is very like matter of fact about it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Unremarked upon as the other two are bickering about.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
she
This
doesn't
is
do a lot of
nice.
super cool, excessive, like stuff. You know, she just like looks
Every
at
gun
it.
needs to be
checks
cocked
it.
like 16 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just reminded of like the guy on YouTube who loads items as if they're firearms in
Yes,
FPSs.
yes,
They'll just take like a vacuum cleaner and just like do the stuff
love
with it.
Nice.
But yeah, Diana's like, I really thought there was gonna be like, I don't know, at least beer.
What did you think this was going to be? I'm just curious.
I don't know, snacks, maybe something nice. But I mean, this is fine, I guess.
Oh, okay.
At this point, Quincy
Clothes,
is like,
maybe. I mean, we're all just wearing coveralls. This isn't very flattering.
This feels pretty natural to me, actually. I don't know why, but coveralls feels like that's good work attire, and it's a good color on me.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I mean
don't know
they fit okay.
why not have camo?
They have lots of pockets. That's really nice. Chest pocket, side pockets, butt pockets,
They do have a lot of pockets.
hip pockets. No,
We should probably go.
We should go.
yeah. Quincy
Quincy,
cuts in,
yeah.
and she's clearly losing her patience, and she's like, "Look,
Yeah.
I think we should split up. We can catch back up in phase 2. We'll cover more ground this way.
All
You
right.
three clearly have a lot to work through. I mean, so that you're in the jungle above the village. Parents is walking. You have this map. You know the track kind of goes in 3 directions. Kelvin, as leader, this is ultimately your decision, but obviously you can decide as a group. Do you want to head to the blinking light on the hill, which is a restricted area, the Whitewater Challenge, which is in a valley, or head up the hill to the ravine, which is another challenge?
I say, I think we should head to the Whitewater. Gives us the most opportunities.
That
from
sounds fun.
there.
Okay.
And where are you going, Quincy? Because we could split up, but we know that there's guys like Alpha, whatever his name was, back there.
Oh yeah, the cop. No, that's right. Well, if you're going to the Whitewater, maybe we'll try the ravine. You thinking we should stick together?
I'm thinking we should stick together. I'm thinking we made a good team.
She shrugs. Yeah, okay. I mean, God knows how this works, so yeah, let's do it.
All right, we're equipped now. Yeah. So yeah, we make kind of
Yeah.
the long trek to the Whitewater.
Yes. You're about halfway when you come across a terminal, a little computer screen. As you pass by, that crackles to life, and it shows a soundstage. And there's a host on the soundstage wearing coveralls, like you, but they're red-orange, the Deathmatch Island colors. They're facing away. They turn around and they're wearing a rubber, like a president mask, a rubber caricature, but it is a caricature of Willow Snow.
Oh, no, thank you.
Her
Is what
face, but
Willow
in
said.
kind of weird rubber. And this figure
I
says,
don't like that.
this figure says,
Welcome to Deathmatch Island. We're so excited you're here. It is up to you to make the most of this opportunity. Good luck, competitors.
and then the screen goes dead.
Calvin
And
looks at-
everyone,
Did he say Deathmatch Island?
Why? Where? The mask? But how?
Did you consent?
And
Are
why?
you? Is that your producer? Do you know who that is?
No. Why would I know?
Well, that's mean.
So they just
But
How
you
would
got
someone
it.
do that?
face? Cal,
Quincy kind of slaps you both on the back and says, "Look, there's no time. Let's keep moving."
All right, we'll keep going.
fine.
We have to
Let's
get
get
through
to
all
Whitewater.
of these. We have to get through all of these icebreakers before we get to Whitewater.
Do you ask another icebreaker?
Yes, I ask.
Yeah, go on.
Where's the icebreaker? I need the.
If you
In
I
the
think I can
handout.
bring it up.
if you go to the journal, there's the icebreaker's welcome letter, and then you have
Oh,
to
okay,
scroll.
yeah. All right, great.
Get down the bottom.
Quincy, who is your favorite Disney hero or heroine? Would you trade places with them? This is funny because the actress was literally in a Disney princess movie.
That's true.
Oh yeah, which one?
Yeah, Moana.
Moana.
Oh, okay.
She's the grandmother.
Right.
She's also
Ah.
the person who he works for works for the Grandmaster
Yeah. What's his name? Jeffrey Goldblum.
in Thor Ragnarok.
In Thor Ragnarok,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Right.
She was the one who always wanted to murder
Yes.
and would say the hard words that the Grandmaster didn't want to hear.
Yes. Yeah.
She kind of squints at you and says, "Didn't you do those on the boat?"
Only, I mean, I did with those two, but like I want to meet everybody.
She sighs and says, "Jafar and absolutely," and then
Oh,
walks off ahead to leave you behind.
That's not what I was hoping to hear.
That's
interesting
not-
choice, but I don't know.
that's not what it- I
Yeah.
don't think that counts. Technically, I don't think that it's fine.
We should catch up.
She's done.
We should catch up.
She's gone.
Yes, you're pushing through the jungle. You occasionally hear gunshots in the distance and stuff, but otherwise you're following a pretty shaky
Cuts to
path.
like brief confessional moment, and Diana's like, bold choice.
Yes, great. You. That's the wrong thing. Yeah, so we've got parrots walking from the trees. You're pushing through this jungle. You make your way. So there's kind of these hills to the east and west. You're pushing your way through a valley, and you get.
Can
so
we
you're sort of in the
see
middle.
what kind of? Can we see what kind of parrots?
Roll for that.
I'm going to have you're testing my parrot knowledge here. Would your
Like, is
character
it
know
a
different
Kia?
kinds of-
Is it a Kia or is it a macaw? African gray. It's 3 parrots that I know.
Yeah. Well, where is your character from again? America, by way of.
My character's from America, yeah,
Yeah. With
but has spent time in England and also in places
Yeah,
without
yeah.
parrots.
Okay. Well, in that case, you do not recognize these parrots.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, where were you? A PMC, Middle East or something?
Yeah, Middle East and like Afghanistan, Pakistan, and North India a little bit. I wasn't supposed
You
to
don't
be in
recognize the
India.
parrots. As you are looking through the jungle at them, you do see some that are like fluorescent orange red, and it's like, that doesn't seem.
That doesn't seem normal. It looks like the
No.
Lego parrot.
Yes, very much like the Lego parrot.
Yeah, it's macaw. It's yeah.
So you make your way to the bottom of this valley. There's, that feeling of being in the jungle right at the bottom of a valley where it's kind of dark and cool and damp. So it's kind of a break from that heat that you had back at the fishing village. The smell of like compost, dark earth, the sound of the rushing river gurgling. And you come to the challenge site. It is a river running wide and seemingly still, but it's that thing where you know that the stillness is just hiding like really powerful currents underneath. I don't know if you've seen rivers like that, but where it's sort of more ominous because it seems so still, but you can kind of feel the power underneath there. And you see that down the river there are whitewater rocks, so the river is crashing over rocks. And there are 2 flags and a challenge terminal, and there is another team here waiting for the challenge.
Nice. Calvin kind of rubs his hands together. He's like, "This is what I was expecting. Obstacle courses. This is what we're here for. I think." Yeah. Cut to a sort of confessional. I had no idea what to expect. Got back. And let's go get one of those flags. Let's just run down there and grab it. We'll get it before the
You
other
just want to run?
Well, run, jump, climb, whatever, but let's go quickly.
Okay.
Well, don't you want to let the other group go first? See what they're doing wrong, learn from their mistakes.
That's a really good
giving them the
idea.
opportunity to get the flag before we do.
One of them waves to you and says, "Excuse me, you have to line up here, and then it starts."
I guess we're
Oh,
waiting.
sorry. Didn't realize.
Oh, I guess.
People are shooting at each other, and we're supposed to stand in line? Okay. I guess so.
I think if we
Line
stand
up.
in line, it shows what kind of people we are. It shows, we're here, like, we're not, trying to be all cutthroat. We're trying to, meet people.
Yeah. Meeting people.
What kind of person do you want to be,
So you go up.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, you make your way down. The challenge terminal prints out the instructions, and this is a straight race. Both teams line up on the riverbank. You're going to dive in at the beep. You have to make it to the other side. The first person to reach the opposite bank wins it for their team. So you don't have to get the whole team across, just someone has to be the fastest. There are 3 of them and 3 of you. As you line up, the person who spoke before, who is kind of a guy in his 20s, he's got red hair, he looks nervously over his shoulder, and you see on the hill above are about 50 competitors in these salmon coveralls, and you see Abthorpe up there with his megaphone, and he is watching this contest. Clearly, this opposing team is part of his alliance, and they have come down to win it for his team. But he's at some distance. Now, this is a challenge. If you arrive at a challenge, you all have to take part. There's no supporting. You have to, it's all or nothing.
Okay.
And this, going to be a straight race. The challenges are the current could pull you downstream towards those jagged rocks. It's not a sprint, so your stamina might fail you. There's powerful current that you're going to be swimming against, so you could run out of energy halfway across. And of course, it's kind of anything goes. So the other team could attempt to drag you under, or just tackle you, or they will, do anything to stop you, basically. And you see on the opposite bank a massive crate, another one of these crates, but it's wrapped in a big red-orange bow, and that is clearly the reward for whichever team gets across fastest.
Nice.
And
You all
so,
feel ready to swim?
So how does this work as far as the capabilities go? Do you decide which is more applicable, or do we is it based on how we frame it?
challenge contests are always challenge-based, but you
Okay.
can spend fatigue to bring in a second capability. So it's always going to be a challenge-based contest, but if there's some way you could bring in your sort of deathmatch skills, your tactical acumen, you could mark fatigue to bring that in. Likewise, with social game or snake mode, you could bring those in. Maybe with social game, you might appeal to the other team and try to talk reason to them. With snake mode, you might some element of stealth or trickery. Maybe you trick them somehow.
Nice.
So I'm going to roll the dice. The way challenges work is I'm going to roll once for the challenge itself. So I'm going to roll that now. And then I'm also going to roll for this other team, and I'll take whichever is the highest. So challenges tend to be pretty nasty.
Woof.
That is nasty. That is very hard to beat.
All right, well, that was lower. So the target is 14.
I see.
It is dangerous
taking
and
the-
exhausting. Taking the highest, yeah. So dangerous means if you fail, you're going to take an injury instead of fatigue. So this is a dangerous situation. If you mess up here, you're going to take a proper injury, not just get tired. Exhausting means it costs 1 fatigue just to enter. So just to compete in this challenge, you have to mark 1 fatigue.
Okay.
So, and you all have to take part. So you should all mark 1 fatigue now,
Okay.
Right.
and then
Okay.
get ready to roll challenge beast.
Hitting a 14 is very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not going to go well. Perfect.
So if you use your acquisitions, they add dice to the total. But I don't know any way that we can use our acquisitions that aren't literally shooting at each other. Tim, like I had the suspicion
It
that
could
guns
be.
don't really.
So, yeah, let's talk about acquisitions a little bit. The first thing to say is you'll see they've got a number in a circle. That's the tier. So when it comes to the acquisition box during the dice rolling, put in that number. So if you use a shotgun, you put in a 2. If you use a pistol, you put in a 1. What that means in terms of dice is if you roll 2, you're rolling 2d4 and taking the highest.
Yeah.
If you put in 1, you're rolling 1d4, and that number gets added to whatever your result is at the end. So it's a decent bump. You can use guns in any contest. If you use a gun, it makes it dangerous for you. So it adds the dangerous quality, which means if you fail, you take an injury, which is just to reflect that, like if this was a social game contest and you pull out a gun, that sort of raises the stakes and increases the chances you're going to get hurt.
Yeah. But didn't you say it was already dangerous?
It's already
It's already
dangerous.
dangerous.
It's already
Yeah.
dangerous. Can't get any more dangerous. Now, it's up to you. It doesn't have to represent shooting the other team. You could use a gun to threaten them, to give them a fright, to fire over their heads. I don't know, maybe you shoot some part of the environment in some helpful way.
Right.
Yeah, I think Willow's going to shoot into the water. She's going to try to miss them,
Like a warning
but
shot.
it's just trying to throw off their game while she
Yeah.
goes.
Perfect. So if you click challenge beast there and step through the things, if you're using an acquisition, just unmark it and put the number in the box. You can also spend trust to borrow a name die from someone else, so you can get them to bolster you, to help you. So given this is a tough contest, you might want to do that.
Yeah, so can you walk me through how to use this interface? So I have a target
Yes,
number.
please.
I'm
Yep.
putting it 14.
Correct, yep.
I'm going to add
So
my
target number
nickname
14.
die. I feel like for War Dog, just
yeah.
shooting wildly at the opposition works.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
I'm adding. No, I'm not adding another capability.
You could if you wanted to. If you wanted to add social game, you'd take fatigue, but it would give you another die.
I'm good.
Okay.
And now I'm going to add other dice. So
You could spend trust and then type in 1d6 in that box.
yeah. What does that look like narratively if I were to spend like some of Calvin's trust?
So that would be Calvin helping you, and actually you could just ask Calvin how they help you if you want. So Sean could come in during your confessional and kind of describe how they help. I guess it kind of depends what you're doing and what way Calvin can help.
Yeah, honestly, I know this is going to work against me mechanically, but I don't think Will is asking for help.
Sure,
Yeah.
no, that makes
I
sense.
think she just pulls out a gun and starts shooting.
Sure. Yeah, in that case, leave advantage die at 0 and click submit. And then the final box is acquisitions. So if you're using your pistol, just mark off your pistol on your sheet and add a 1 in there.
Okay.
And we'll all roll at the same time if everyone's ready.
All right.
Wait,
So I mark off that box, meaning I only had that pistol to use once.
Yeah, so it means you've used all the ammo in this scene.
Oh wow! I just unload. Nice.
Yeah, you just unload. You keep the pistol,
right.
but you've got no ammo.
Yeah, I'm not going to spend resources on this because I don't think I'm going to succeed. But
It's very faceless.
I'm like fording, like wading across like a raging river to get something important and symbolic that's like kind of far away.
Yes, you're swimming across the river.
Okay, or swimming across.
Yeah. I'm going all in, and Karen, you may not have asked for Calvin's help, but Calvin asks for yours. He sees that you get out a gun, and he's like, "Great idea! Let's startle them." And he pulls out his shotgun, fires it into the air, and asks you to watch his back before he dives in. Make sure that none of them jump him. So I'm spending a trust with you.
Sure. Unfortunately, I failed my roll.
That's okay.
That's fine.
I also failed, which is a
All
bummer.
right, buddy. Rough start. All right, final roll.
Yeah.
No pressure.
All right. Yeah, I'm not spending anything, but like I think, I do think that Gandhi is relevant to this. The spirit
Nice.
of like the Salt March.
Close.
Boy.
Mm,
Yeah. Okay. Brutal. So you're all going to mark an injury.
nice.
Great.
You can spend trust to have someone else like save you or bacon. So you could not mark the injury and mark down trust instead to have someone save you at the last moment. But you've got a few injuries at this point. I mean,
Okay.
none of you have injuries, I should say. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Not that big a deal taking an injury. Great, and you all get 10,000 followers, one box, just for taking part. Consolation prize.
Yeah.
And so lowest goes first. So either Willow or Kelvin, if you want to give us a confessional and tell us how the start of this race goes and how you get
Yeah.
injured.
This was because this was exhausting. We just remembering we spent a fatigue just to enter the challenge, right?
That's right. Yep.
All right, Calvin is already beat up. Awesome. Karen, do you want to go first? Or you want me to?
You can go first.
I think we see Calvin dive in, Willow's firing to the water, and Calvin kind of uses that to buy him some time, and he like just dives in, and we see there's like an underwater camera in like some kind of like underwater tank. Like the water is going around, but like there's some like tank. Again, this had to be filmed later, but yet they like superimposed it on it, and it's back to like this black and white cutout. And he's like sitting there, and he's like, I had no idea how strong the current was. It totally it pulled me over as soon as I pulled in, and then we just like cut back to seeing him like floundering, and I think there's a horrible crack sound as he like there's a rock in the middle of it, and you just see him like the back of his head just like smack into the rock, and as the water is flipping around, and then obviously he makes it to the other side eventually, but we don't see that. We just see like him kind of the water just sort of pulling past.
Yeah, and at this point, the other team has jumped in the water, and you can see that a young red-haired guy is pulling away pretty fast. He's about halfway across the river now. Calvin's the only one of your team in the water so far, so you haven't made a good start. How does Willow follow on from that?
Willow had decided to try to scare the other swimmers by just like firing randomly into the water. But once she hits the water, she just disappears. Just where did she? Don't know. And it's not until sometime later, further downstream, that she comes crawling out, just hacking up water, and looks very unhappy. Perfect.
So at this point, the lead of the opposing team is almost to the opposite bank. You've almost lost it. Diana, it's down to you. The last chance for the team. How does it go?
All right, so Diana looks really as soon as y'all start firing, like Diana dives to the fucking ground. And like has like her hands over her head, and like scrambles off towards the actual like the rocks. And is like looking at y'all like what the fuck, and then like watches y'all like dive into the water. She's like, no, and as y'all like kind of go past in the water, you see her. She's like kind of hopping, like clambering along the rocks themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And like actually like makes it to the other side, like she's on the opposite bank and like starts like, but like is clearly like going really cautiously, like doesn't want to like dunk her pistols in the water or anything, and gets to the other side and is like rushing towards the flag, and the redheaded guy like gets out on the bank in front of her, like closer to the flag. And as she tries to like sprint by, he takes a swing at her,
Oh, no.
and like
Wow.
like knocks her like haymaker to like the left side of her head, and she goes down hard, like just shouting like what the fuck, and then he gets the flag.
Yeah, and there are confetti poppers, you know.
Yeah.
Man.
It's a celebration for the other team. You drag yourselves out of the water, bedraggled and injured. You actually see that one of the opposing team, they hit the rocks and they didn't make it out. Like their body is just drifting away downstream. So they didn't come out of it completely unharmed. And the winners, the redhead guy and his friend, they pull out these weapons and they just start carrying them over to give to Abthorpe and his lieutenants. And he lifts that microphone up in your direction. And as you're standing there in this cold valley, dripping wet pink coveralls, he says, "You should have come peacefully, you dickheads." And he takes his weapons and they head back into the jungle. And maybe we should take a break then.
That's a good place to take a break. Speaking of dickheads, he's awesome.
God.
So, friends,
Killing it, you guys.
we're gonna play the video, and then it's just gonna have a back soon, so you can hang out for the video if you like. But we'll probably be back in about is like 8 minutes good with folks? Is that good time?
Oh yeah, that's like more than that.
All right. We'll be back on 8. All right.
See you soon.
See you all.